Now, I had to pull out a guest that could follow the performance of one Wes Bergman, right? And if there is a man for the job, it is the next guest of Bet on Devin. And this man, he doesn't require an introduction, but he certainly deserves one. We're talking about a multi-time challenge champion turned actor, a husband, a father, an inspiration to many, and someone I am fortunate enough to call a friend, Mr. Chris C.T. Tamburello. How the hell are you? Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay, what do you mean I'm too wow?
What's up, kid? There he is.
That was nice, the intro. I felt like I should have came out with like some sort of cape, maybe.
I have a fog machine going over here. I was hoping you were ready.
I am in my ear, so we're gonna hit that, maybe.
What do you think I got the hat on for?
Smooth criminal.
That's right, baby. You know that.
You need a little texture in the side, maybe tiny feather. T-shirt. If you're coming down to Miami, you gotta turn that T-shirt into an extra medium glow in the dark V-neck.
That's gotta happen. And you want to know what? I need more of those in my life in general.
Yeah. To go with the Speedos?
To go with the Speedos. Just think about it. Little chest hair, little Speedo.
Talk about chest hair.
And listen, I want
crazy cool medallions.
This is the time to make this announcement official, so I have to do it. One of the funniest things that we ever did. Listen, I am making the billboard. I'm making the billboard. The billboard's happening. I told CT after he so generously gifted me $50,000 with Casey in his last win, which we'll get to here shortly. I said, listen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a billboard in town of me on my boat in a Speedo. With a QR code that links to my OnlyFans, so all my haters have to drive by me on their way into town. The Prince of the City, and I want everyone to know I'm going to do it. So
you're gonna be doing a Titanic pose.
Yes, you're on notice. Your boy's getting a billboard. Jesus, enough
so
about
the
me.
way you explained it to me is that you bear right off of the exit, and you come down a ramp straight, and there's a huge billboard at the light. Like
yes, there's a light.
You have to go left or right.
You're forced to stop. You can either go right towards East Hampton or left towards downtown, but either way, you're seeing me in a Speedo.
Where are you going to put the QR code?
Take a wild guess, my man.
Cheeks.
People are going to be snapping. People are going to be snapping from their cars, not knowing what hit them. You got to put some parental controls on your kids' iPhones if you live in the Western Mass area.
And that's where you grew up, so all the haters from your hometown are going to see it.
Oh yeah, everyone's gonna see it. But you know, that's neither here nor there. This is an absolute pleasure to have you here. You've been on one, Chris, since really this has just been a ridiculous run for you in general. You win 3 out of 4 on the challenge, and then you transition seamlessly into the acting world and star in the Most Dangerous Game remake. What's it been like for you to just, not only go on that tear in the challenge, but then also just like keep crossing things off the list of shit that you want to do and are really good at?
Well, goddamn.
Yeah,
that's a lot to unpack. Let's dig in. What was the first question? Or was it on one question? It was a really long one.
Yeah, we'll do one at a time.
I appreciate the pump up.
Yeah, it is.
Gassing me up, buttering my toast. I appreciate that, man.
You win 3 out of 4 on the challenge. That's absurd, bro.
I got a new strategy I've incorporated since I sort of came out of retirement. I call it the pillow strategy. Everyone out here sleeping. Straight sleeping.
It's ridiculous. I gotta pat myself on the back a little bit here too, because every time we room together, you win.
I mean, you're my good luck charm, I guess. It's weird though, because sometimes I still feel like I'm not in the inner circle of what you got going on. Oh, and I don't know if that's because some of the people from the newer generations, whatnot, may or may not have a little bit of salty taste. So you don't want to get too close to me because everyone's like, I'm tired of this guy. Fuck him. You know, and so you're like, oh, I want to be friends, but at the same time, then I won't be part of the cool kids. So,
Aren't we the cool kids?
even though I had your back, remember one time you woke me up, I thought we were getting into a fight.
That's happened several times. It's always you and Nam, but those are you two are my favorite. You two are my favorite roommates of all time. It's you and Nam for me, and it's not close. And the three of us as the Cheese Bandits is one of my all-time favorite memories. Didn't make air, but me, Nam, and CT, which again is just a bizarre kind of I don't know team in a room together is one of my all-time favorite link ups, and you know
Nah,
it was
one of the
just
best roommates you can have.
it's unreal.
He's clean. He's quiet. He's so polite.
He's electric, and he's another one which after I kept getting in like little scuffles with Josh and Fessy, Nam's like, next time I will pick you up and walk you out. I was like, all right, thanks, Nam. I appreciate that. Yeah. So you kill it in the challenge, obviously.
Yeah. So, people, I've done. It's like it's got to be my third win, I would say. Done well. Um, it's weird. I kind of like bided myself enough time with start trying to stay below the radar enough to kind of like get back in a shape that resembled my younger days. And yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you've got these crazy biohacks too. Like you actually are. We're gonna get to Tom Brady a little bit later.
I read that. You read the TB12?
I haven't read it.
Elasticity and staying loose and healthy, basically.
Yeah, you're on that like wake up kind of early, hit a swim, hit the sauna, stretch it out. You're never really seen in the gym like hammering heavy weights or whatever. Is that just like as you've developed your skill set in this game, that's what you find to be the most beneficial?
Yeah. I think being well rounded is more important than being really good at a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's I mean,
You play to your
but you've
strengths, but you play
also
to weaknesses. Like I'll be honest with you, I would say climbing is probably my worst attribute. Like if you try to, if my fat ass tries to climb a rope, it's gonna be a long day for me.
bro, I saw you swing like Tarzan about
Holding
35 feet
on is
above the
one thing.
water. Come on, dog. I was trying to hit you with those bombs. You were using them as a propeller, dude. That's
It's easy.
unreal. Well, that we were the two best at
Oh,
that.
actually, you bailed me out one time. One time, I got nudged and I was coming off, and I felt it. And when you start to do the swim move, as
Yeah.
I'm, and you threw it right at the end, and I grabbed onto it and swung around. You kind of saved me there. I don't know if you did that on purpose. If you did, I appreciate it.
I
Wait a
certainly
minute. So
did
back to the
not.
50 grand. Are we gonna get this billboard or what? Because it's
Oh, we're
been a
getting it.
while now, and and I really hope you didn't just burn it on some ridiculous parlay or some sort of bet. I don't really gamble, so I'm curious to see. Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Some, some of it may have been donated to I guess to BetMGM now at this point. Some of it may have been donated, but you know what? You got to shoot to score, don't you? And you actually brought up a good point here, which is one of the only questions I've actually written down for this interview. And I think that it's going to be an interesting one. You mentioned being well-rounded. Okay, well, what are things that are round? Kind of potatoes. And so we're gonna talk about the Mr. Potato Head of the challenge for you. So I'm gonna give you 5 different categories. I want you to pick one person. You're gonna rob that attribute from them and throw it on Mr. Potato Head so that we can build our most well-rounded, or maybe not in your mind, who this Mr. Potato Head gives us the best chance at a victory. Okay, so we're talking about
in elimination or final overall, start to finish.
overall, start to finish. Don't know the theme of the game, don't know anything. You're walking in blind. You get to put this guy on the field. I need one representative of endurance, social game, strength, intelligence, and politicking. I can go through those as we go. So let's just go endurance off the rip. Mr. Potato Head, endurance. Who's it going to be?
I mean, you gotta go with Jordan.
I
would
know
say,
you fucking
just
do.
right from the hip, gun in my head. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Jordan. The guy just doesn't stop. I remember. I mean, there's just so many occasions. This guy, he's got great endurance, amongst other things. But the guy's just got he has endurance. I mean,
He's got legs for
I'm not trying to
days.
spice up endurance, but
Nah, let's go strength next. Let's go right to strength.
strength is more. Mental strength, physical strength. I'm assuming.
Physical strength.
Um, that would be somebody. To me personally, if it comes to strength, yes, you're gonna need it in certain areas. However, I think overall strength for a challenge, sort of a jackknife, it
Yeah.
would have to be somebody who can carry their own weight the longest, not just endurance, but can just get their ass up that hill, that tall mountain, that really high grade grudge, 10, 12 hours in.
Yeah.
Strength.
I know who I'm picking, but I want to hear yours.
But there's also people who are just ridiculously strong. I mean, you see that guy Marlon, he used to be on the challenges. I don't know if you know who he is, but
Yeah.
he looks super strong. Frank looks super strong. I mean, there's always Zach. But I don't know. I feel like I'm missing somebody that's not even big. It's just super strong. Oh God, what do you got? Who you got?
So I off the top of my
I
mind,
hate doing these things because
I'm
it
thinking
gives me anxiety. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, I don't want to make the wrong answer.
I'm thinking you or Darrell is what's in my mind. From what I've seen, right? And it's okay to put yourself in there. For me, you're pound for pound one of the strongest people I've ever seen do shit like that. Like you're never not in the running, and you're strong enough. The way I would look at this too is like, who's big enough and strong enough to keep themselves out of physical elimination. So like, we walk down there and we see a haul, no one's fucking calling either one of you two out. I guess I would put Zach in his prime in that conversation as well. But that, I mean,
Yeah, that video of Zach in a hall brawl against what's his name there, CJ. That was a
yeah,
pretty good hall brawl.
yeah.
Probably that. I think that's the one that shot hall brawl into legendary status. Is there another
That
one?
one, that one was. I mean, that one was wild. Wes and Leroy. Wes and Leroy, just from the shock value of the injury, but I would say that you're probably right about that. Zach in the hall is. I mean, he catapulted that thing to the finish line.
There were awesome hits on hall brawl. I'm not saying it's the best hit on a hall brawl or in a hall brawl, but I think overall the best one to watch.
All right, well, gun to your head strength, Mr. Potato Head Challenger. Who do we got?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna take your advice. I don't want to pick myself. That's just
Yeah, we're picking you. We're picking you. We're picking you, bro. Of course we're picking you. Come on, dog. That's easy. That's a no-brainer.
I will drag your body across that line if I have to.
That's what I'm saying. And I've seen the switch, and
With the bottom of your jaw.
You do not want to be standing across from that when you got to take a pole away or anything like that. All right, so social game, right? This is a underrated element to the game. This is one that can make or break you.
You're really good.
I don't think I'm the best though, but it's your Mr. Potato Head.
No, I mean, best social game. How does he get away with it time and time again? You gotta probably go with Banana Head.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does he get away with it time and time again and leave people just sitting there wondering, wait a minute, he's here again? And now we got to beat him in a final?
You said I was special! I'll call you when I get back!
So, intelligence, this is an interesting one. For me, it's like, social intelligence is out. We're talking about straight puzzles, right? So we're talking about math. We're talking about...
Well, social game is actually, we go into intelligence because there are certain people that play a certain game the same way and they get really good at it.
Yeah.
And then there were some people who just don't know how to adapt. Okay, you could say examples. Somebody who takes 3 years off and comes back, in their gameplay doesn't work anymore. They're out of touch. They don't know as many people as they used to. They don't have crutches, so to speak. Then there are other people who continue to just go with the flow and adapt and change and morph as whatever challenge is needed for whatever situation. So it's not just puzzles.
Well, I'm thinking for Mr. Potato Head, I'm thinking we've got all these other things. Like you can run, you can get yourself through the game socially. You're strong enough to, win a physical elimination. Now we've got that tanagram, we've got that math, we've got that.
You got a 7-piece, you have an 8-piece.
We got, you know what we get. We don't know what we're getting, right? I'm talking memory, puzzle, math, like those attributes of a final. Who you taking in that circumstance? And again, it's okay to pick yourself for 2 categories.
I've had a lot of success with puzzles and math and I think when it comes to puzzles, I honestly think it's because of how old I am. It sounds weird, but
just seen a lot.
No, just say for example, when I was in school, you weren't allowed to use a calculator. Or the toys that we had. We actually played with our hands with shapes and stuff. You would build things.
Right. Block towers. It wasn't on a phone.
No, but you would actually have like puzzle games to play. It wasn't like just Legos. It wasn't tablet or video games so much. You actually had physical, not so much, I guess, electronic. I would assume. I would say. And plus, also another thing too. When it comes to remembering numbers, I had to remember people's phone number.
10 digits
to keep contact with them. It wasn't
617.
Like send me share your contact and I'll put it in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way with GPS. No one.
MapQuest.
Most people don't even know the way around a 5-mile radius of where they live because everything is GPS.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I mean, with all that being said, I think we're putting CT in the intelligence category, and I'm fine with it. Right? It's like. That's just what it is, which leaves us with my favorite of these 5, and what I firmly believe to be a obvious answer, but I don't want to overhype it here. We're talking politicking. Who can maneuver their way through the game with physical relationships?
And
this one for me, there's one clear GOAT. I don't know if everyone feels the same way, but for me, from what I've seen, also I haven't been around long enough. There could have been, there could be a sleeper in there somewhere. But who you thinking? Who is it? Who is it for you? Because I know who.
Gun to my head, gonna pull a trigger. I don't know why I was leaning toward Banana Head again.
No, Bananagram.
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Okay, this is your Mr. Potato
No,
Head.
I'm just saying right off the bat, it's gun to my head. I was gonna go with him.
I'm taking Corey all day long.
Yes, however, that's an easy choice. We're not talking total numbers. We're talking about specific politicking to get ahead. And I guess you could say Corey. He's got bodies, I guess. You don't want to say that. The guy's like married with kids and stuff now. But did it actually help him
Did it help him further his game, or did it complicate it?
I remember when I first met Corey, I was a mercenary on, was the one that me and Zach went on, I believe? Or was it the one, I think it was...
Invasion, probably.
The DM Tribute Challenge, I think it was. And after we went to the bar afterward, and, I'm saying hi to the usual suspects, and Corey comes up to me, and he's, super nice, smiling in your ears. He introduced himself. And I was like, cool, whatever. And I don't know, sliding into frame with just direct contact to me was Anissa. And she comes over and just slides her arm over his shoulder. I was just like, oh, I see what's going on here.
You see what time it is.
Watch out, boy. She'll chew you up. And I think that was probably, with Anissa, that came, under her social umbrella. If we're talking, I guess, I don't know why I'm only thinking males. Female wise, I gotta think females.
Well, we are doing Mr. Potato Head, but I guess you're right. It should be a genderless potato head.
Yeah, she's like
Anissa's got it, man. I actually think she's one of the most underrated challengers.
I swear she knows how to hypnotize people.
We've ever seen. For me, it's like her and Nani get a ton of shit in there. I've played this game with them a bunch now, both of them. Dogs, right? So I'm taking either one of them on my team.
What did you just call them?
Oh, shut! I mean it in a good way. Those girls can ball.
Did not expect that from you.
I've seen them both go hard. So yeah, I don't know. I think Anissa's got a lot of good pieces to her game. So right now, this is what you're looking at. You got Endurance Jordan, we got Social Game and Politicking on Bananas, and we got Strength and Intelligence on CT. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if that guy's losing. It's kind of like if you three were to play the game together all on one team, it would be a fucking ridiculous alliance, and then someone's got to win it in the end, obviously, but unless the house can compete against each other. But
yeah, sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off.
No, go for it.
I just thought of something. If you want to think of politicking, actually, no. Do you throw Jordan in there too? Like, okay, politicking, you're not just doing it to have fun whenever you like someone, you got something going on, you have a little show me. It's no big deal. But
he took it to the next level. He got married.
Try to hook up with people who are specifically going to help you in the game, whether it be as a competitor, whether it be politically. That could be a fun one.
All right, hold on. I need to revise this, though. I need to revise this just a little bit. I'm going to say no repeats. So you need to pick yourself. You need to pick Politicking or Social Game for Bananas. Which one do you think he's bringing to the table? What's better for him?
Social Game, I would say.
You got to pick yourself for...
Especially with the new...
I think he's social.
Yeah, me too. Especially with the gear he had shifted. I think with this podcast, from what I've noticed, he seems to be a lot friendlier.
You've got to pick yourself, or you can only pick one. Strength or Intelligence. We get CT. Which one are we gonna get?
I'd rather work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Okay. So who you putting in that strength category? We talked about Zach. We talked about Darrell. You said I believe his name was Marlon. You got to pull.
No, I was just thinking physical strength, but I'm thinking
physical strength. Gun to your head, in their prime. We're talking about people in their primes.
Oh, I mean, I remember sitting in the gym and watching Zach just snatch up 2 weights on each side.
Take it. Zach's in there.
Just like no big deal.
He's a freak. He was a freak of nature when he was in his peak. Politicking. Who do we got? Again, gun to your head. Can't be Bananas. Who we taking here?
Nom.
Put it in there.
Because you know why, right? I don't think he realizes he has the... Wait, no. Did he hook up with anybody? Because he's like a... all the girls were... not all the girls, but I'm assuming there are people out there that would want to say they took that down.
You know who's underrated with politicking as well is Leroy. Leroy has definitely worked smarter, not harder in that sense.
If you're politicking, you're doing it to move forward. You're not doing it for fun or whatnot. So if that was the case, politically speaking,
we're gonna go. We'll go Nom. We'll go Nom here.
I'm not gonna go Nom. It was a joke.
Okay, fine. We're not going Nom.
Tarnish my Frankenstein.
Well, you gotta pick it. You're beating around the bush here. Who do you got? Politicking. We need a name.
I feel like that can offend people too.
Oh, fuck it. Then pick one of your friends. Who cares?
No. How many people you take down?
Literally zero. Don't bring me into this. Actually, you want to know what? Sometimes I think that's been one of the strongest portions of my game is that I can just crumple that up and throw it in the trash can. Actually, we won't get into this, but it's probably back on my radar. No.
How can you not? You're going 3 months out of the year in a house with a bunch of crazy people running around getting drunk and having a party. That's what some people, I'm not going to say any names, back at home may or may not think that's what happens. Like everybody's doing the conga line in the bathroom, the rip rails and party with a DJ by the pool all month.
I mean, it doesn't help that I'm walking around in a Speedo, but we still don't have a name. We need to know. Who is your politicking Mr. Frankenstein? Mr. Potato Head, whatever we're gonna call him, Potato Frankenstein.
Just what about Kyle? Kyle, you go Corey, you go. All right, how about this? Let's make a list and put them on the table.
I think it's Kyle was in my mind. I think it's between Kyle and Corey. And I lean Corey just because when Kyle does it, it gets him in trouble. And Corey somehow is better at like balancing, the relationships that he had when he was single. And Corey's not, I mean, this isn't a new part of Corey's game. He's very respectful when he's filming, since he's been in a relationship. But before that,
just talking, basically.
And again, I'm talking in your prime. I'm talking like, Rivals 3 Corey, maybe Dirty 30 Corey. Like that to me seemed like he was pretty set up based off of physical connections he had in the game. You want to know what? I'm going to put him in there. I'm putting Corey in.
Yeah.
That's the Frankenstein. It's Jordan Bananas, Zach CT, and Corey. And it's an absolute
What about Nelly?
Animal. Nelson,
He's a ninja. He's a ninja, man.
We could put Nelson in there, but we can't put Nelson in there only because every time Nelson hooks up with someone, it gets him in trouble. Because
he falls in love.
Yeah, every single time. Corey was better at keeping it at a distance, I think. Although I guess that's not true because he has an actual whole kid with Cheyenne. So shout out Ryder, arguably the coolest kid of all time. Shout out Cheyenne, my original partner on the challenge. Love you, Cheyenne. Absolute angel.
I feel like I'm forgetting somebody here.
We're not. We got all of them. I mean, we got Kyle. We got
back in the day, Paula Dicker. Let me see.
Just like an old school one.
Yeah.
Well, you keep thinking about that. I'm gonna hit.
What about maybe do we throw like a Mark Long in there?
Whoa.
I feel like come on, that guy wasn't slaying back in the day.
I don't know. I can't vouch for it. It's your potato head. Come on. You want to know what? I did it 3 times. I'm putting Corey in there and I'm moving on. To me, it's a no doubter. I'm making an executive decision here, and we are moving on to the next phase of this situation because it's not just challenge for you, my man. It is not just challenge anymore. And
so, do you gamble on that team, that Frankenstein you just made?
Bro, that's minus 2,500 to win the whole thing. That's ridiculous. That guy is not. We're talking Jordan Bananas, Zach CT, and Corey. That guy's not losing. Think about the finals. Think about the championships in between those players. That's a nightmare. You're looking at, I don't even know what that guy looks like. Maybe hopefully there's an app we can put all 5 of your faces in there and digitally create a person. But I mean that is just an absolute animal. And you're an absolute goddamn animal, Chris. And you've done it not only in the challenge, but now you're starring as an actor in movies. How the hell did you make that transition? Give me the backstory.
Introduced by a friend to a director. We started keeping in touch. One thing led to another, and so after the back-to-back win, at this point I basically I think it's time to just ride off into the sunset. I always say that, never say never, and all that, but now what? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again of the challenge and what it is and how I'm getting older and I've done it for so long and I don't really have anything to prove. I think a lot of it also has to do with I want to do something else because I don't know if my heart's in the challenge anymore. I love the challenge. I grew up in front of everybody on the challenge, but I just something about think about it. You film 2 a year, plus the spin-offs and whatnot. You're gone 6, 8, 9 months out of the year.
Yeah. No, it's a lot.
I don't know if I can do that. There's other things I can do, but
well, and you're paving the way for us, for the rest of us to transition into other gigs. But I want to know.
Boring. Anyway, hold on. Let me scratch that. So I get introduced to this director, and he gave me a shot. He wanted me to come up for a couple days to reshoot some film. This project he was already working on, and I personally thought it was a test. Basically, I was doing research for this other character, and I was mostly just going to reshoot films where this character was by himself. And they were going to do whatever they can to splice things together to make it look like I was in certain scenes when I wasn't, and whatever. I didn't really believe it was a real thing. Tuesday to Friday, we film. Friday comes, and I was like, I got good news and bad news. Bad news is we didn't get everything done we wanted to, and I was bummed. I thought I blew it. Good news is we're going to make it a feature. And I was like, okay, that's good. Let's go. But that ended up getting put on hold, and we ended up doing the most dangerous game. And when the director asked me about it, I was like, "Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much. Putting a lot of faith in me. Coming. I'm a reality kid with no real acting experience, and he's going out on a limb for me. I don't know the backstory behind it, but I can't imagine it was just as simple as, hey, this is what I want. That's it. And everybody else
Right.
involved, from producers, investors, whatever, however that works. I don't really understand it, but I was it. And at first, I thought I was just going to be in the movie. I didn't think I was going to be Sango Rainsford. Yeah, I didn't know I was
The
going to be the
lead.
lead. Yeah.
The lead.
And then I found out who was going to be in it, and super pumped about that. And yeah, I just finished another project that'll be coming out soon.
Whoa.
Yeah, I already knocked down number two's in the can,
Hold
and
on. Can we?
looks like
Is
looks
this
like
a
another.
surprise? Do we can't? What's going on here? Are you allowed to talk about it? I need to know.
I could talk about doing it. I don't know exactly what. See, that's another thing. I'm in kind of uncharted waters where, like,
Right.
if the team had set up the interview, there would be someone on the call, just answer that question for you right away.
Well, we don't want to get you in trouble, but you can say at least that there's another one in the pipeline.
There's another one
Wow.
that just wrapped. It's in the
Jesus,
pipeline.
he's rattling them off.
Yep, and it looks like potentially, if the moon and the stars align, it looks like there's gonna be another one in November. Yeah, so in between then, I've been actually trying to stay busy. Just been working on the house,
We're
working
talking about a
on
three-peat.
homework with Lee. Yeah, I'm going for it, man. I'm giving
Wow.
it a shot. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't want to do anything else.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but what was I going?
You're talking about the house, talking about the fan.
So while I'm home, I've just been doing everything I can. A lot of reading for for researching for the new project, the next project. I've been stepping up my game with tactical training and stunts. I want to learn how to. I have to. I got to ride a bike on the next project, so I want to be able to see if I can actually do some cool stunts. Like slide the bike into the camera frame perfectly so it looks sick, like I get shot off the bike or something. I doing tactical training with firearms like three guns, sim rounds, all that kind of stuff. Where you know, coming in like John Wick would be cool. I just want to be able to know what I'm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling right now. I think those cookies have just punched me in the face.
You're trying to learn how to be a fucking actor, bro, and I'm not worried about it at all. But let's talk about one project at a time here. Where can people watch the Most Dangerous Game and plug that thing for them, because this is the big one. This is the first one. Give that a plug, baby.
The Most Dangerous Game, if you don't know what it's about. So, the Most Dangerous Game it's a rendition of a short story from 1929, I think, or 1930-ish, um, about post World War One, where this Nazi gets away. This and what he's long story short, what he's doing is basically trapping people on an island and hunting them for sport.
Hate to
And
hear
this
it.
is there've been a number of renditions, and this is another remake, and it's a lot of fun. It reminds me of the finals of the challenge, but you can find it on, I believe, iTunes. Let me pull up my gram. It's
Yeah,
on the
get that thing
usual.
on there.
It's on all the usual suspects.
It's it. So I watched it, and I had the bar set high and set low at the same time, right? I'm like, okay, first film, maybe he's gonna be working out the kinks a little bit, but then also like Story sounds lit. I got to be honest with you, it didn't seem like you're working out the kinks at all. I'm not like a big like smoke blower, but the movie is worth a watch. If you haven't seen it yet, A, support our guy, but B, it's entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I had a cocktail in one hand, a beer in the other, smoked a little doobie before, and I got into it. And I mean, it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's entertaining. There's a lot of cool, like just watching you do your thing was really cool for me to watch. So, little biased, obviously, because you're my friend, but I thought even without that, it's very entertaining.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's solid. And what else is
Now it's
entertaining?
bugging me. Like, why am I brain farting right now? Well, entertaining. I want to know.
We're gonna get into some.
What have you been betting on
talk
lately? Yeah, exactly. I want to do that.
We're gonna get into some sports talk, but before we do that, I've got to give a big shout out to Vegas Insider. And if you like what we do here at Vegas Insider, you're going to want to check out our brand new Vegas Insider app. We've got up-to-date, easy-to-navigate odds for every major sport. We have all your latest shows, best bet videos in podcasts, props, trends, futures, news, all on free Vegas Insider app. So download the Vegas Insider app right now on Apple and Android. Bet better with the Vegas Insider app. And with that being said, you are a Boston man, right? Moved down, transported down to Miami. We just watched the Pats play the Dolphins. Dolphins get the better of them. Where are you right now? Like in your fandom of the NFL, if anywhere? We ride in Pats. Are we, Dolphins fans? Are we just Tom Brady fans, which moves you over to the Bucks? Like this is a complicated web of NFL teams here that you could be rooting for, including two divisional rivals. So where is CT's NFL fandom at?
I mean, I always ride with the hometown, but I'll be honest with you, I don't watch sports nearly as much as I used to. I get the cliff notes, but I don't. I can't tell you who's on the roster.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I look at players like, what do you do? Okay, I don't know. Like, look at Brady. I love the guy and all that, I guess. But like, dude, go home. You're done.
Party's over.
Yeah. What are you still doing here?
Party's over.
Fucking music stopped playing, lights are on, and the doors are open.
He's smoking cigarettes in the parking lot, trying to pick up a chick last minute. Probably go pretty well for Tom.
You're done, brother.
So, speaking of Tom,
spend some time with the fam.
You have a you have a very significant, I think, quote that has to do with Tom Brady, which is right before you and Wes capture your first elusive victory on the challenge. You say, I don't want to be Dan Marino, I want to be Tom Brady. Well, you have done just that. So as somebody who has, self-proclaimed been on their third win now, you've got to respect the GOAT a little bit for just continuing to show up and show out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
what an animal.
How much more do you want,
Good point. You're thinking like glasses full, buddy, like hang it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting take.
Maybe he's like that guy you see in your neighborhood who's on his roof sitting in a lawn chair with a cooler, just banging a random hammer on the roof to make it look like he's working so he can just get away from his wife.
He just can't hang it up.
He just doesn't. I'll go to work. He's sleeping in the parking lot. He just wants to get away from his wife. The guy
gets in the car, drives down the street.
Yeah, commits a crime so he goes to jail. Just to get away from his wife.
We've gone off the rails here. I don't think anyone's trying to get away from.
You're too good for your home.
Yeah, go to your home. Jesus, that's an interesting take. I didn't think we could ever. I think we could ever top Wes Bergman's Jackson Mahomes take, but we just might have. This is interesting as well. Like when we're on the challenge, you're one of the only people that is gassing me up to make odds for things. And I want to see if you remember the worst pool game that's ever been played, which was Nelson Nelson versus Corey in Spies, Lies, and Allies. We somehow convinced them that they both wanted to get rid of their partners, and we somehow convinced them to play.
But they wouldn't say that, but we knew.
It was so the premise is we're like, all right, Corey, Nelson,
whoever loses is gonna lose their partner.
Whoever loses is gonna keep their partner. So they were.
I thought we told them whoever loses, we're gonna send in whoever loses the pool.
Oh no, you're right. And
but they didn't let. They kept trying to lose on purpose.
Dude, the entire house is in this pool
I thought
room.
that's what happened. Was I wrong?
No, that is exactly what happened. I had flipped in my head.
Because there's no way they could be that bad.
It was a private conversation though, so like their partners obviously don't know they're both attempting to get rid of them. So the whole house is in there.
They're cheering them on and everything.
And the two of them.
You got this, Corey. Get out.
Yeah, it was that the winner got to pick whether or not they kept their partner or got rid of them, but it was going to be done in private. And so the other ones just kept trying to miss because they knew that whoever won it was said out loud. If you win, you get the choice, right? So if you win and then you lose your partner, it's like you're completely fucked. That was one of the funniest things of all time.
Oh, they didn't show that either.
They didn't show that either, but it was electric. And we are making odds on the challenge. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, we've got.
And it ended in a scratch too, right? Is that what happened? Is that how it finally ended?
Someone scratched on the 8-ball on accident, right? They were trying obviously to make it not look like they wanted to lose, but they didn't want to make the 8-ball. And I think they made the 8-ball and followed in with the cue. So it was actually a pretty technical game. Between the two of them, hysterical moment. But we're out there. You and me are sometimes on the bus, just sitting there, being like, "All right." We see a crane, like, what are the chances that this person's gonna cry, and I'll set a line for it. And we're out there like, we're sometimes betting drinks. We're sometimes I've attempted to gamble my vote several times. I'm like, I'm so confident in this elimination, I'll bet you your vote at the next deliberation that, Kyle beats Josh in this thing or whatever. And no one ever takes my action because I'm a bad sports bettor, but I'm a great challenge handicapper.
All right, so give me some new ones.
Well, some new ones. I'll tell you this right now.
So we're right, guy. We got any?
I'll tell you this right now.
Got some spread.
There is not a single chance in hell that anybody from Love Island ever wins a flagship challenge. I will tell you that right now. I don't know where this is going with the casting. I get it. We had Corey from 12 Dates of Christmas. I thought that was about as random as it was going to get, but it continues to evolve. And I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, I see some of these kids chirping on Twitter, chirping on Instagram, saying, "Oh, go to the challenge, think I do well." You would not do well. You're trash. A Love Island person will never win the flagship challenge. I'm saying it right now. You heard it here first. There's no odds on it because it's a guarantee. No one's even offering it. So, we got that going, but we will get back. We're going to get back to sports just really quickly. As a non, essentially football advocate, watcher all the time, right? You're not in and out of every game watching, but you got your hand on the pulse a little bit.
Whenever there's an event on or a game or something, I always on social media, YouTube or whatnot, give me the highlights. I don't sit around them.
I want the CT Super Bowl pick. I want the CT Super Bowl pick for this season. I want you to pick one team. I don't care who it is. I want you to pick one team.
Did you lose money on the Seahawks game?
What's that?
Did you lose money on the Seahawks game?
Hell no. Geno Smith, baby. No, of course I did. I had the Broncos all day, dude. Of course I fucking lost money. Geno Smith. Everybody lost money. Bookies went to the bank. But it's the CT Super Bowl pick. That's what I'm calling it because that's what it is. Any team you want. Doesn't even have to be right because you're pretty much throwing a dart at the board. Who's winning the Super Bowl, Chris?
Patriots.
Whoa. Mac Jones and the Pats. I'm gonna get. Did I hear that right? We got Patriots Super Bowl.
We got the Pats, bro. We got the Pats.
Wow, that's electric. That's absolutely electric. CT picks the Pats to win the Super Bowl here on episode 2 of Bet On Devin. Unbelievable. Cue the fireworks. Cue the confetti cannon. God, I still got to get those confetti cannons.
No, you got to get one of those boards where you just press a button and it pops off the sound effect for you.
Little air horn, little soundboard air horn.
Yeah, a little soundboard. Just you can make whatever you want.
Well, Chris, we are at that 45-minute mark, which is pretty much where we like to keep it here. You have been absolutely outstanding. Electric interview. We got some sports in there. We're talking about the most dangerous game, starring, of course, our guy, Chris CT Tamburello. And we got his Mr. Potato Head of the Challenge, along with many other things. So, CT, I really, really appreciate the time. I appreciate everything that you've done for me in the challenge landscape.
Oh, same here. You've helped me out a lot, brother.
It's been a ride. It's been a ride for the two of us, and I hope we get to play this game together at least one more time. So if you've got any final words, you give the people anything that you want. And again, thank you, brother, for being here. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. If you can, again, The Most Dangerous Game, themovie.com, I believe that's what the website is. It's on, I think it's like iTunes, Vudu, amongst other places. I'm sure it's on the website. If you want to check it out, I appreciate it. Thank you all. And Devin, give me a buzz a little later or something. I'll be around. I'm looking forward to you coming down to Miami. Make sure you bring that Smooth Criminal hat too, okay?
Oh, your boy's gonna be there. Your boy's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be in full effect. So, Chris, again, thank you very much for being here. Say what's up to Lily for me. Say what's up to the little man, to Junior, because that's a challenge star in the making right there. Kid's an absolute horse.
I want him to build robots or go to Mars.
He's going to Mars. Well, Pats are winning the Super Bowl. Chris's son's going to Mars. And that's going to do it for this portion of the interview. Chris, again, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Bye.